Today's Halloween 2024 movie review is the most recent one that just came out like 3 weeks ago. Is a movie called Subservience, in which a family like Nick, Maggie, and their two kids get an AI Aeon humanoid that they call Alice, played by Megan Fox, and they have an okay time. But then Alice gets into Nick, uh, and starts to really likes to talk like Maggie, and but then when Nick goes into a fight with his best friend, Alice goes on a becomes like a killer where he kills Monty and his his primary use, and then later was about to like drowning the baby Max. But then the family saved the day and killed and almost killed her, but then she was revived with two versions of herself, with one of them being the blonde one, trying killing two techno people, and then later wants to hunt and kill Maggie and her daughter, but failed with the help of Nick, and they live normally all as a family. And my experience with this film, watching it, is similar to the Crow remake, where the film mostly, when it starts out, it was so incredibly boring, but then halfway through, it actually gets a little bit better. Though I think Subservience, I think, is probably much better than The Crow, and no, it's not just because this is an original story and not a remake of a cult classic, but because the halfway through scenes that I was hoping to see or anticipating to see is actually pretty kind of thrilling. When Alice starts killing people, though it's not like gory or over the top, it kind of gave me chills for a little bit, especially when she killed two tech dudes, and when she was choking a doctor, and when she had tried to attempt to kill Maggie, she looked menacing. Megan Fox was okay. Um, but other than that, the movie is just so slow and boring. Because the entire movie is pretty much until like an hour and a half, like an hour into it, where Alex kills Monty. The movie is just people just talking calmly about their situations, and it's also about Nick with Alice, and they go on a scene with the shower, and then they have some few conversations. Nick also talks with his buddies at work, and also his wife Maggie as well, and the daughter has likes to have some bit of fun, which is kind of cute. And Maggie was on a hospital for a while, but then was got back home, and for a while she had a pretty was doing good with Nick and her family, but then when she realized that Nick cheated on her with Alice, she got a little angry, but then leaves Nick at home. But then when Nick saves her from Alice, they kind of reunite. Um, and that's pretty much the movie. It's just heavy on exposition. It can be extremely slow and can be quite boring, and the characters are kind of forgettable. They're not unlikable. They have some charm to them, especially with the daughter and Maggie and Nick. But overall, it was just a kind of a meh movie. I I like it better than The Crow and the Kim Possible 2019 remake, but it's just a movie that simply exists. Um, and of course, with the comparison, Megan, it's just because they're both about female AI humanoids that kill people. But it's not as fun as Megan, honestly. Um, it's just a movie again that exists, and I yeah would watch Jennifer's Bodies over Subservience, honestly. But I did thought I thought the third act of Subservience was decent, but not the first two acts of this film. To be quite honest, though I thought visually the cinematography of this film looked pretty nice, honestly. Uh, and I thought the scene where Nick was attacking an AI human male was kind of crazy. I did not see that one coming, but it was probably the best part of the first two acts of this film. That scene, honestly. But overall, the film is meh. Just a, a nicer meh, to be quite honest. Let me know your thoughts.